Hey everyone, Jon Ryberg, EIR for Qualification. This program is all about mastering qualification, so you spend time on the right deals and you don't waste time on the wrong deals, and really doubling down on the right ones to get bigger, faster, more qualified deals and a bigger pipeline. And so we've all been there, right? We're really excited about the deal. It's the 11th hour. We're getting all the signs from the customer. They're saying all the right things. And then what happens in the 11th hour? The deal completely implodes, right? It falls apart. And we often think, oh man, what happened right at the end? I mean, that was a done deal. But the reality is it happened a long time ago. We missed the truth early, right? So we didn't understand their priorities, their plans, their problems, their pains, their timeline, who really has the power, whether we had a true champion or maybe just a coach or an advocate internally, right? And so why does this matter? Why does qualification matter? Well, most deals don't fall apart, right? Because of your deck or a demo. They fall apart because we don't get clarity early enough, or we have weak qualification. And what do I mean by weak qualification? Think about no pain, no priorities. That deal's not tied to a top line business priority. We don't have a true champion, maybe slipping timelines, no budget clarity. And at the end of the day, what does it lead to? Deals falling apart at the end of the deal. They're dying in the 11th hour. Maybe the prospect ghosts us, or we slip a deal, or we have bloated pipeline, or we miss our forecast and ultimately miss our quota, right? And so strong qualification is going to give you, among many things, bigger deal sizes, higher win rates, more qualified pipeline, forecast accuracy. And ultimately what we want is deal control, to control the conversation, control our pipeline, and ultimately lead to better outcomes. And so session 1 is really about getting clarity on budget, timeline, and pain. So we'll start with the foundation, right? So uncovering real pain, validating urgency, their timeline, think medic, medpic, spice, things like that. So you're not getting surprised late in the game. And then session 2, we'll talk about listening for buyer signals. The buyer's giving us constant signals, but how do we cut out the noise and get to really intent and spot who has influence, who doesn't, and avoid the traps that ultimately lead us to losing a deal, not having a champion, maybe just having a coach who's friendly, but a champion is having influence and power and doing it for us, right? Selling when we're not around. And then the next area is discovering buyer motivation. So we really get to the why. What's driving the deal? What's the emotional or economic motivator behind it? And we'll test our champion. We'll learn how to discover, test our champion to ensure that they have power and influence and that they're motivating the right people in the room when we're not around. Session 4 is disqualification with confidence. So not every deal deserves your time, right? Some deals we need to figure out whether they're real or not, whether it's fluff or it's a legitimate deal. And so we'll talk a lot about how AI can help us with this. And then really AI is going to be woven throughout the program. So you're focused on more selling and less admin, and knowing how to use, AI agents and qualification technology to make your job a lot easier by leveraging best of breed AI. And so I'm super excited to dig in. This is going to be a great program. The goal here is to build pipeline you can trust for bigger deals, faster deals, and ultimately a more qualified pipeline so you hit your number. Let's go win.